Hey gang, it's Leila and Jim here from the Comic Connection for this week's Bagged and Boarded. First up, we've got League of Extraordinary Gentlemen Century 1910, written by Alan Moore and art by Kevin O'Neill. In this one, Tom Carnacki is having nightmares. Well, it's more like the same one over and over, and it's kind of like a premonition. There's a sinister cult, a naked swimming girl, and someone singing a catchy song. And the people he works for want to know, what does this have to do with a disaster, a coronation, or a series of murders in Whitechapel? This was a really good read. The art's okay, but it's really all about Moore's writing, which is wonderful and even lyrical at times. Even though the League team has changed somewhat, there are some familiar faces and connections, and it was a really good read.
Next up, Sonic the Hedgehog number 200, written by Ian Flynn with art by Tracy Yardley. In this one, Sonic finally at long last defeats Eggman, but in doing so, destroys Eggman's spirits. But with Eggman down, a new evil rises, the Iron Dominion, led by the Iron Queen. I actually had a lot of fun with this book, never having read a Sonic issue before. I was coming in blind, but it was a lot of fun. Not a bad book, great for all ages, and I think it's probably the longest running licensed comic on the stands today.
Next up, we've got The Unwritten, number 1, written by Mike Carey and art by Peter Gross. In this one, we're witness to the life of Tom Taylor, a man who's been made famous by the works of his author father, who has long since abandoned him. But is there more to the life of Tom Taylor? Has he literally jumped off the pages of his series of children's books? Time will tell. This one was really awesome. I loved the art and the story, and you can't beat the low price of $1 US, so you definitely have to pick this one up.
Next up, Astro Boy, number 1, written by Scott Tipton with art by Diego Jordan. In this one, Astro must defeat monsters rising from earthquakes plaguing Metro City, and Sue must try to rescue his father and Dr. Elefun. This is basically a prequel to the upcoming summer release of Imagi's Astro Boy CGI movie. So if you're wanting to know what's going to happen in that, you gotta read this. Art, not too bad. Story's okay. I actually really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next few issues. Be sure to catch us up on every week on Geeking Out on YouTube.
Alrighty. All done? And that's the show.
Oh.